And BBM trying to make himself appear humble, hindi, you're giving me too much credit, tanga. That's not a credit being given to you. That is what expected upon you. You are supposed to exercise your political power in order to put the House of Representatives and the Senate in check. Dahil co-equal branches kayo. Hindi po pwedeng wala kang pakialam sa trabaho nila. Nakukuha niyo po ba, mga kababayan? Diyos ko. Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, when we see each other, alam niyo naman sila, lalo na si Doc Lorraine, emotional yun kapag naaalala niya na, ba't ko sinuportahan to si Bongbong Marcos? The more I see Bongbong Marcos acting like this, the more I really, parang putang ina. Kung alam lang namin na ganito ka katanga, hindi ka nakatikim ng boto sa amin. Diyos ko. Akala niya nakaka-proud yun. No, Congress is doing their own thing. I am doing my own thing. Hindi kayo two and separate government institution. Okay? While there is a separation of power, there is also a concept called check and balances, idiot. Ito si JPE na-offend daw siya na sobra naman daw yung bastos-bastos, kineme-kineme. Parang, puntang ina, kayo ang sobra-sobra na. Kayo ang sobra-sobra sa pang-aabuso dyan sa kapangyarihan nyo just because you can. You cannot act as if you are totally oblivious of whatever they have in Congress just because of your, yung parang inyong blanket reason that, kasi separation of powers eh. Tang ina. Kaya lahat ng ayuda nakapangalan sa kongresista. Diba? Anyway, intindihin natin kung bakit tayo ay naglulugmok sa ganitong kaputahan dito sa bansa natin. Iyon ay dahil sa taong ito. Grabe yung interview niya, sabaw-sabaw siya, yung hindi mo maintindihan. Tapos nasabi nito exactly. Ganyan. Panoorin natin siya.
I thought that we should have a proper press conference where you can ask your questions, take your time asking the question, hindi tayo nagmamadali. And to continue.
Teka, doon tayo sa nagtatanong na yung mga tao.
Anyway, so let's start a subject on the impeachment of Vice President Sara by the House of Representatives. Now, I think it is useful, siguro para maunawaan talaga natin ang mga pangyayari. At bilang siguro parang paliwanag na rin doon sa mga tanong na nakikita ko sa mga commentator. Number one, maalala ninyo, nagsimula lahat ito nung I made the pronouncement. Sinabi ko na ayaw ko yung sana wag na tayo mag-impeachment dahil madaming ibang trabaho at hindi actually it's also not practical. Nung panahon na yon, nung una kong
But this is just a lip service. You didn't do anything. In fact, later on, sinabi mo, kung gagawin nyo yan, after na ng election. Yun yung gusto mong mangyari, di ba?
Sinabi yun. Wala pang nagpa-file ng impeachment. Kaya sana, I was hoping na makumbinsi ko lahat ng kung sino man, huwag na muna natin gawin ito. Kung meron kung talagang meron kayong paniniwala na kailangan gawin ito, huwag naman siguro muna ngayon at marami pa tayong gagawin. Kaya kung titignan naman ninyo, yung mga kaalyado ko sa House of Representatives, wala sa kanila ang nag-file. Wala sa sumunod naman nila sa hiniling ko sa kanila na huwag silang mag-file ng impeachment dahil hindi magandang timing at saka marami pang problema. Ngunit, may ibang grupo, of course, the Makabayan Group out of the House of Representatives, Senator Laila De Lima, the religious group nag-file ng 3. And if you remember, nung nag-statement si JPE na sinasabi niya, hindi pwedeng pigilin yan dahil may grupo na ayaw. I think he was referring to Iglesia Ni Cristo. So sinabi niya, hindi naman natin pwede pigil dahil may grupo o may tao na ayaw yan. At sinabi ko sa inyo, nung tinanong niyo sa akin, sabi ko, I agree with him. Totoo. And if you remember, my words were this. They will not, once the impeachment complaints are filed, they have no choice. The House has no choice. The Senate has no choice. Kailangan nilang i-proseso ang...
Eto grabe. Yung niya, yung pagiging dismissive ni BBM, no? Na pag na-file kasi wala tayong magagawa ganyan-ganyan, ineme, ganun-ganun. Yung INC nga nag-flex ng kanilang political capital in order to postpone the impeachment of Inday Sara. And it was successful. Ikaw na presidente ka, sasabihin mo, wala tayong magawa, pag naka-file niya, kailangan they had to act on it, ineme. BBM forgets that he is the president. He has some political power. And this is the problem when you have a weak president. Pag weak talaga yung presidente mo, wala talagang alam eh. Hindi marunong mag-flex ng hindi marunong mag-flex ng kanyang kapangyarihan. Hindi marunong makipagnegosasyon. Hindi marunong mag-assert. Kasi importante sa leader yun eh. Dapat yung leader magaling mag-assert. But in this case, di mo napaka-nonchalant niya, no? Eh, pag ako sinafile na yun, wala na tayong choice, kailangan ng actionan yan. So itong, despite the fact na meron sinasabi sa BBM na, ay, hindi maganda yung impeachment, ganyan-ganyan, ganyan-ganyan. Despite the fact na sinasabi ni BBM, you can actually read between the lines that he wanted the impeachment to happen. That's pretty much clear.
Impeachment complaint. And that's exactly what has happened. Once the impeachment complaints were filed, the House and the Senate, they have no choice. Nakatali na kamay nila. They have to do this. And they have to do it in recognition of, the complaints that have been filed. So yun ang nangyari ngayon. And that's why we have come to this point where the House has transmitted already the impeachment complaint to the Senate. We have heard some of the statements made by the Senate President as to how he is planning to handle it. So we will have to see because it is many, as you've heard before, that we heard many times during the Corona trial, these impeachment trials are sui generis. And therefore, we have to be very clear how the rules are and how it will be conducted. Yun ang naalala ko because I was also in the House and I was in the Senate during the Corona trial. Kaya I have some understanding do sa mga procedure. But anyway, that's the way I see it. That's the way that happened. And now I'll open the floor to any questions of yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. First question, Ivan Marina, GMA7.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon.
While it is true na constitutional duty ng House na to act on the impeachment complaint, meron ho silang choice kung i-endorse nila o hindi. Diretso ko na po yung tanong, did you have a hand in this impeachment?
No, the executive cannot have a hand in the impeachment. Walang role ang executive sa impeachment. Of course, did we discuss it with the Speaker? Did we discuss it with the other congressman? Of course. And tinatanong, anong plano ninyo? Ano ba talagang gusto ninyong gawin? And that's it. Well, nandito na ito. Hindi na namin maiwasan.
But the conventional thinking, Mr. President, is that nothing comes to pass in the House without the President or without Malacanang's blessing.
Well, you give me too much credit. But again,
Inamin niya nun. I don't think it is something that a president should be should be humble about. Kung ikaw wala kang hold sa House of Representative. Kung wala kang hold sa House of Representative, ibig sabihin, wala ka talagang silbi. 'Di ba? Kasi ganito yan eh. Yung presidente, 'di ba mag-isa lang siya? Mag-isa lang siya at ang kanyang kapangyarihan is about implementing all the laws of the land. And so, malaki yung bargaining power niya, yung kanyang political power dito. Malaki yun eh. Kasi kung kunwari may naiisip yung House of Representative, ay hindi ganito gagawin namin, hindi ganyan gagawin namin, ganyan. O paano ko implement yan? Paano ko yan gagawin? Ganyan. So, doon nang gagaling yung mga kataga na nagsasabi, nothing happens in the House without the President's support. Kasi malaki yung bargaining chip ng Presidente doon sa lawmaking process. Kasi, pwedeng sabihin ng Presidente na, ano yung nililegislate nyo na batas yan? That's going to be very difficult for us to implement. Hindi namin po pwedeng magko-conflict yan sa ganito, magko-conflict yan sa ganyan, ineme, ganun. And this is the side of power of the President that has to be used prudently. Ngayon, ang sinasabi ni BBM, hindi wala akong kinalaman dyan kasi hindi naman yan, you're making it appear na by the book. Na ikaw, Presidente ka, wala kang kinalaman at wala kang alam sa kung ano man gagawin ng House of Representatives. And by doing so, talagang disconnected yung ating burokrasya. Kasi dapat, alam mo rin, chine-check mo at binabalance mo yung trabaho ng co-equal branch mo. Hindi kahihiyan ang sabihin na nothing comes in the House of Representatives without the President's support. There is a practical, there is a legitimate justification for that kind of impression ng mga political observers. And BBM, trying to make himself appear humble, hindi, you're giving me too much credit, tanga. That's not a credit being given to you. That is what expected upon you. You are supposed to exercise your political power in order to put the House of Representatives and the Senate in check. Dahil co-equal branches kayo, hindi po pwedeng wala kang pakialam sa trabaho nila. Nakukuha niyo po ba, mga kababayan? Diyos ko. Alam niyo sa totoo lang, when we see each other, alam niyo naman sila, lalo na si Doc Lorraine, emotional yun kapag naaalala niya na, ba't ko sinuportahan to si Bongbong Marcos? The more I see Bongbong Marcos acting like this, the more I really, parang putang ina. Kung alam lang namin na ganito ka katanga, hindi ka nakatikim ng boto sa amin. Diyos ko. Akala niyo nakaka-proud yun. No, Congress is doing their own thing. I am doing my own thing. Hindi kayo two and separate government institution. Okay? While there is a separation of power, there is also a concept called check and balances, idiot. Ito si JPE na o-offend daw siya na sobra naman daw yung bastos-bastos, kinemi-kinemi. Parang, putang ina, kayo ang sobra-sobra na. Kayo ang sobra-sobra sa pang-aabuso dyan sa kapangyarihan nyo just because you can. You cannot act as if you are totally oblivious of whatever they have in Congress just because of your, yung parang inyong blanket reason that, kasi separation of powers eh. Tangina. Kaya lahat ng ayuda nakapangalan sa kongresista. Diba? Anyway, intindihin natin kung bakit tayo ay naglulugmok sa ganitong kaputahan dito sa bansa natin. Iyon ay dahil sa taong ito.
What the House has done is clearly the mandate that they have been, the constitutional mandate that they have to proceed with the impeachment complaints. So that's why I think they're just following the procedure.
Diba? Go with the flow. Adik na adik eh, no?
Ang punot-dulo nito, ma-transmit nila ang impeachment complaint sa upper house.
One last point from my end, Mr. President. Kapansin-pansin na unang pumirma sa endorsement ng anak ninyo. Did he seek your advice on this and what did you tell him?
Of course, he did. And I said, it was very simple, but I told him. And he said, mukhang pipirmahan na. What's your opinion on what I should do? And I told him, I said, the process is begun. It has, parang batas yan eh. When you're in the legislature, when you file a bill, okay, House Bill number 1, 2, 3, etc. Pag file mo yan, that bill takes a life of its own. Kahit anong gawin ng congressman na nag-file o senador na nag-file, kahit ayaw niya yung mga changes na magagawin doon sa kanyang bill, wala na siyang magagawa because the bill is going through the process as it should. And part of that process will be...
Anong walang magagawa? Alam mo, parang hindi realistic yung niya. Hindi realistic yung kanyang eme. Si Risa Ontiveros, tingnan mo. Si Risa Ontiveros, of course, I do not like her at all and things like that. When her bill on the Comprehensive Sexuality Act was being questioned, anong sinabi ni Risa? Anong reaction ni Risa? Nilabi niya. Huwag niyong apihin tong bill na to. Intindihin niyo muna. Ito yung bill ko. The bill ko is about this, about that, ganyan. Kasi ang dami ng galit eh, di ba? Nagkalasan na yung mga taong nagpirmahan dun sa bill na yon, ganyan. Anong ginawa ni Risa? She tried to defend it. She continued lobbying it. She did not just wait and sit to watch the process to go by. Kasi yun ang trabaho ng legislator. You lobby. Diyos ko po. Pagkatapos ito si Bongbong, para wala na magagawa dyan. Pagka-file yan, ganito na yan. Ganun may process yan. And then, Bongbong is expecting that everyone is going to be a bystander of that process. Diba? Hindi po ganun, sir. Hindi po ganun ang natin, lawmaking process natin. Kakaloka naman to. Diyos ko.
The amendments, additions, all that. The impeachment complaint is exactly the same.
By the way, no, the House of Representatives is the House of the great, the House of Representatives and the Senate are houses of great debates. Diyan talaga niyan pinag-uusapan kung ano ba ang dapat, kung ano-ano, ganyan. So every step of the way, whoever initiated the bill, kung ano yung ini-envision niya na batas, kailangan niya ipagtanggol yan. Doon sa mga gustong magbawas, magtanggal, or sa gustong mag-ano, kailangan niya ipagtanggol yan. Hindi mo pwede sabihin na yung nag-file ng bill, wala na siyang magagawa kapag kalito on, meron siyang nakausap at gustong tanggalin yung part ng bill niya. No, pagtatanggol niya yun hanggat kaya niya. Ngayon, kung matatalo siya, wala tayong magagawa. Kung mananalo yung mga nag-modify ng bill niya or what. Ganun. But you cannot just say, hindi, wala na siyang magagawa dyan. No, it's not how it works. And ang disappointing dito ha, nag-congressman to si Bongbong at nag-senador. So, ibig sabihin, pag ikaw pala nag-file ng bill, tapos kinatay-katay yung bill mo, wala kang gagawin. You're just going to sit idly. Nakakatay-katayin yung bill mo. Diyos ko. Kakawalang gana talaga tong taong to. Tangina.
Once it has been filed, there is a procedure that needs to be followed already. So sabi ko, andyan na tayo, sabi ko kay Kong Sandro, sabi ko sa kanya, the process has already begun. So it's your duty now to support that process. So do your duty. That's what I told you. Do your duty. You have to support the process. You are constitutionally mandated to carry out that process. And you're a congressman, so do your duty. That's what I told him. I didn't know you'd be the first to sign though.
Marisol Halili, News 5.
Sir, magandang hapon po.
Good
Sir, you were very vocal before na ayaw niyo po ng impeachment because it's not the right time. But now na it's there already, paano niyo po ito nakikita na makakaapekto, especially dun sa mga ongoing priorities?
Well, it depends on how
Ang nakakatawa dito, merong isa pang may isa pang later na mas magandang question. Nakakatawa dito, parang sinasabi niya na it's your constitutional duty to act, ganyan. So bumoto si Sandro, yung tatay niya ayaw. So ibig sabihin, yung constitutional duty mo to assess the prudence of the impeachment is to not entertain it. Kung tatay ka at saka anak kayo nag-uusap, ang wisdom ng tatay mo is that I do not like the impeachment to happen. Ganon. Kasi nga, it will make the country less stable. That was the wisdom of the father. Tapos sinabi niya sa anak niya, okay, nandiyan na yung impeachment, so you have to decide ano yung gusto mong gawin dyan sa impeachment. Do your duty, ganyan-ganyan. And so, kung normal na tao yung nag-uusap, okay, so my wisdom of my father is that this impeachment process is actually not going to make our country stable. Hindi nito magagawa na yung bayan natin ay maging stable. So I will follow my father's advice, i-vote ko to no. 'Di ba? I-vote ko to no. Kasi nga, yun yung wisdom ng tatay mo. 'Di ba? Ngayon, it is your duty to act. Nung nag-act ka, ang boto mo, no. Kasi you can vote yes, you can vote no. Nung in-exercise ng anak mo yung duty niya, hindi siya nakinig sa'yo, tanga. Hindi siya nakinig sa'yo. Hindi siya nakatig doon sa wisdom mo. Diyos ko.
the Senate chooses to handle it. Hindi pa maliwanag kung ano yung plano ni Senate President at saka yung ating mga senador. Kung paano nila gagawin, if they will immediately convene, if they will still study the rules, if they are going to wait until the next session. So we'll have to wait until they decide on how it's going to be.
Pero just to be categorical about it, sir, don't you see this as a defiance in a way, considering na naging vocal na po kayo before, that this is not the right time, and yet nag-proceed pa rin yung impeachment case?
No. I'm sure that
Hindi siya defiance kasi gusto rin naman talaga ni BBM na i-impeach si Inday. That's all there to it.
parties that filed the impeachment cases felt strongly about it, and despite my importunings and expressing my opinion that we really would rather not have the impeachment, they continue to do that. So it's not defiance. May ganyan na kanilang paniniwala. Sa kanilang paniniwala, kailangan gawin ito. Kahit na sinabi ko na sana wag na, hindi pwede, hindi namin pwede palampasin ito. Ganun ang thinking nila. So tinuloy nila. And I don't view that as a defiance. I view that as they're expressing what they feel to be right. Thank you.
Jonel Maribojoc, UNTV.
Sir, other issue. Sir, ano po yung nasa likod ng biglaang pagpapalit ng liderato po ng PhilHealth at ano po ang inyong direktiba sa bagong PhilHealth President, sir?
Actually, kung titignan ninyo ang qualifications ni Dr. Mercado, he is very, very well versed in both the hospital administration, insurance, and his whole life has been devoted to healthcare. And so, it was I, after immediately, inclusive, expanded. And
Sir, nagre-resign po ba si...
at sinabi niya sa akin, palakihin, etc. etc.
John Ayu, People's Journal.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Sir, just would like to get your thoughts on Representative Marcoleta's statement that there is no such thing as the West Philippine Sea.
Teka, sorry.
Man umaalis
Or coming close already to our coastal water. Okay, that's what they
She told us, binabantayan namin ng mabuti, this was in Honolulu, Mr. President, binabantayan namin ng mabuti because we don't want
So not exactly surprising. What else will he say? I know. I've been in Congress. I don't think that way of operating would have worked. System. Kung sa ano ba yung pumirma 215, may pa silang ginagawa. They're not yet ready to do anything. They still have. Kung hindi nila ipatakbo yung proseso, then they are how they decide to have the trial. When they have the trial, what are the rules for the trial, how they will conduct it, etc., etc. So who will be the presiding judge? If we have a senator judge, who will be the presiding? All of that.
Last na lang po, wala po bang plano ang ating Pangulo na pakiusapan po sila?
See?
Kayo po, wala po ba kayong plano bilang Pangulo ng ating bansa para pakiusapan sila na
Ito naman si
huwag nang
Super
ituloy yung impeachment dahil baka
Ito naman si Super Inday, hindi nakakalimutan yung vice cam. Lagi ngang pinopoint out eh.
abala nga naman po sa trabaho ng ating gobyerno at syempre sa buhay at pamumuhay ng ating mga kababayan.
The Senate has no choice. The House has no choice. They have to do this now. Once the impeachment complaint was filed, tumakbo na ang proseso. At kung hindi nila ipatakbo yung proseso, then they are delinquent in their duties. That's why they just have. That's what I meant. The House has no choice. They have to proceed with the impeachment complaint. The Senate now has no choice. They have to try the impeachment complaint. So making pakiusap doing that, it won't change anything. It won't change anything. They still have to have a trial.
John Ayu, People's Journal.
Sir, natapos na yung session kahapon ng Congress. Magpapatawag po ba kayo ng special session para so that the Senate can proceed with the
If the
impeachment trial?
senators ask for it, yes. Again, sila ang magde-decide. Hindi kami ang nagde-decide dito. If the Senate President calls me up on the telephone, the senators, kinausap ko yung mga senator kung pwede ba mag-special session. Sure, gagawin ko. Pero kung wala silang request na ganun, ibig sabihin, may iba pa silang ginagawa. They're not yet ready.
Wala pang request ngayon, sir.
Huh?
Wala pang request as we
Napakaaba
speak.
naman, they just got it yesterday.
Thank you, sir.
No.
Ann Soberano, Bombo Radio.
Sir, good afternoon. Just want to get your thoughts lang, sir. May kumakalat kasi mga issue din na may mga kapalit na ayuda po. Yung mga pumirma pong mga congressman sa impeachment ay binigyan po daw ng ayuda. Your thoughts on this, baka sakali, sir, na diversionary tactics or they wanted to undermine yung credibility ko ng House?
They're undermining the process by saying that all this, that. Yeah, I've heard also the assertion that may ganon. I don't think so. Overwhelming ang boto ang pumirma. At yung sa ano ba yung pumirma 215. Ang pagkaintindi ko that meron pang mga congressman na gusto sana pumirma pero out of town. So hindi sila makapunta para pumirma. In fact, nagtatanong ang iba kung pwede e-signature. Mukhang hindi pwede kasi kailangan ka sa harap ng section at saka naka-isusumpa at saka naka-notarize. So, but I don't think that kind of two-thirds of the Senate, 306 sila, they got 215. So just a little bit over two-thirds, hindi mo makukuha sa ganung klaseng system. Yeah. I know. I've been in Congress. I don't think that way of operating would have worked. Certainly not to the extent that you get 215 signatures.
Ana Bajo,
So they are very dismissive dun sa dun sa 150 million na ayuda na pinamigay nila para ang pangalan nito, 150 na ayuda na pinamigay for every congressman in order to sign.
GMA News Online.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, may we just get your thoughts on the statement of Representative Paulo Duterte that the impeachment was just an abuse of power and political persecution?
What else would he say? Alam mo naman sabihin na tama lahat yan. Dapat talaga siya. It's nothing surprising. We've heard these statements from Congressman Pulong before. I just see his reaction to that. But by Pulong Duterte about Sara Duterte. So not exactly surprising. Okay?
Thank you,
Anyone?
sir.
Sir, we have Richmond Quevedo from Tribune.
Sir, may I ask you, do you agree that somehow your opinions or statements has influenced certain members of Congress? Like somehow, sir, parang reverse psychology, like sending a kind of signal?
Well, it did because none of, like I said, wala naman sa yung sasabi kong kaalado namin sa House ang nag-file ng impeachment. Kasi yan ang pakiusap ko sa kanila, huwag na kayo mag-file ng impeachment. So hindi sila nag-file ng impeachment. Ang nag-file ng impeachment, ibang grupo. Hindi mo masasabi yung grupo yung kalyado ko. So they just did what they felt was needed to be done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, Heidi Sampang, DZAS.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. I know nag-i-start pa lang naman po ito, pero gaano po kaya tayo kahanda sa economic impact po ng impeachment trial at posible po kasi itong maka-slow down sa ating pong momentum?
I doubt it very much. Hindi naman siguro. Wala akong nakikita magiging effect na gano'n. Basta patuloy yung ating pinaplano, lahat ng ating mga strategy tungkol sa investment, tungkol sa
Ayan. Anyway, I think okay na yan, ano? Okay na yan. Yung problema talaga dito is, hindi naman talaga oppose si BBM sa impeachment eh. Yung mga sinasabi, yun, kaya niya hindi kinokontra yung House of Representatives, kaya parang sinasabi na, hindi naman talaga siya oppose eh. He wanted it to happen. Ang pinag-aawayan na lang nila ng Congress at ni BBM, sinabi ko na rin to noong January 17 pa, ang pinag-aawayan na lang dyan is when it is going to happen. Ganon. Now, they did it ng February 5, okay, yung impeachment na yan. Bakit? Kasi nga, they want to cover for the issues on the national budget. Yun talaga yan. Wala nang iba. Wala nang iba. And so, yung mga dito, yung mga masyado namang pa-righteous, yung mga iba dyan na, nakalimutan na yung vice cam, nakalimutan. Hindi po ko nakalimutan yun. Diyos ko po naman. Kayong hot dyan na magdidikta kayo kung paano tatakbo yung live ng iba. Naiirita ako sa ganun. Sorry ha, pero naiirita ako sa ganun. First hour nung live ko, I was just talking about it, about the real issues. So, huwag kayong paladikta dyan na sasabihin, nakakalimutan na sinasalsal pa ng mga vloggers. Tigil nga, wisit, nakakairita. Anyway, ayun. Ang tawag dito, we have to understand. So that ang role natin dito is to make everyone aware. Para saan ba tong impeachment? Bakit ba nila to ginagawa? Ano ba yung kino-cover up nila dito? We cannot just talk about the vice cam, the budget insertion, the PhilHealth issue without talking about the impeachment also. Okay? Sama-sama yan. Ngayon, you have to make your mind, your brain capacity ng mas malaki kasi kailangan mong pagsama-samahin tong mga issue na to para maintindihan natin ng holistically. Okay? So tigil-tigilan nyo na yung mga comment na nakakalimutan na ang vice cam, Hindi po, hindi nakakalimutan yung vice cam. Kailan ko ba kinalimutan yan? Diyos ko. Kayong nagdidikta kung paano mag-content yung ibang tao. Kung gusto niyo kayong mag-content. Ganyan. Wag ganon. I really take offense na sa ganun, sasabihan nyo pa kami. Kayong mga vloggers na nagsasalsal na, anong sinasasal namin, putang ina? Diyos ko. Iirita ako ha. I'm sorry ha. Let us be kind with each other. Huwag kayong, Diyos ko po naman, we're taking all the risk here eh. Pagkatapos, sasabihan nyo pa kami ng ganyan eh. Diba? Ang goal dito is to make as many people understand kung ano ang issue. Okay, now, if you do not have a platform, what you can do is to inform your friends and your relatives. Sama-sama tayo dito. Huwag na kayo magturo-turuan. Kayo, sinasalsal nyo. Kami pa talaga. Ayan. Ayun, ang tawag dito, focus on what you can do. Focus on kung wala kayong platform, focus on what you can do in your household. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, you tell your friends what they think about the impeachment, what they think about the national budget. Magkakabit ang bitukan nito. Magkakabit ang bitukan nito. Kaya nila ginagawa itong impeachment para pagtakpan ang mga issue sa national budget, para pagtakpan ang paglustay nila sa pera natin. So we cannot just undermine one issue in order to highlight the other. Para maintindihan ng bawat Pilipino kung paano siya tinatarantado ng gobyernong ito, kailangan nating ipaalala sa kanila na meron tayong mga issue sa budget. At itong impeachment na ito, ang nagsasalsal ng impeachment na ito ay ang gobyerno para makalimutan mo yung isa. Pero kung hindi natin pagkakabitin yan at i-explain sa mga mahal natin sa buhay na ganun ang istorya ng buhay natin sa ngayon, how can we make more people understand the real situation? Diba? So yun. In real, lahat ng issues ay importante, sabi ni Maria Emma Bargamento. Well, dapat maintindihan natin kung paano ilalagay yung mga issue in the grand scheme of things. Okay? In the grand scheme of things, pinaka-importante ang budget. Kasi ni-rape yun eh. Ni-rape yun eh. Ni-rape yung budget natin. At ito ang talagang makakaapekto sa buhay ng lahat ng Pilipino. Ang issue dito is that they want us to forget the issues na nakakabit sa budget. So that is why you have vloggers inquiry. That is why you have impeachment. Diba? But there are also also other issues that we have to pay attention to, like yung mga bobo decisions nila na tanggalin yung bus lane, yung mga ganyan-ganyan. And it is an issue that is worth our attention too. Diba? Pag yung mga ganon na iba yung issue na you look at it based on its value. Diba? Kaya nga dapat alam natin yan lahat. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na sinasalsal nyo kasi yan. Hindi kasi natin pwedeng ihiwalay yun. Magkakadikit talaga yun. Magkakadikit talaga. Mga newsmans and girls, diretsuhin nyo ang tanong kay BBM kasi sinungaling yan. Di daw kaalyado, sabi ni Dominador Haluan. Totoo, medyo sobrang safe ng mga tanong ng mga journalist eh. No? Actually, meron isang nagtanong, yung sinabi sa kanya na I do not know the exact part where it was asked. Pero meron isang nagtanong dyan na parang, sir, hindi po ba na yung duty to act includes voting yes or no doon sa impeachment? Pagkatapos doon, labo-labo talaga. Nakita niyo naman kung gaano siya ka-incoherent eh, di ba? Kasi he's lying. Ang premise niya is that oppose siya sa impeachment. But the reality is, hindi naman talaga siya oppose. Agree siya doon sa impeachment. Ang pinag-aawayan lang niya at saka ng House of Representatives ay kung kailan ito gagawin. Yun talaga yan. Yun talaga yan. Agree talaga siya. Kaya nga nung later on, nung sinabi niya na, ang tawag dito, itong impeachment ba ni Inday, nagpe-prepare po ba kayo sa economic impact nito? Sabi niya, hindi, wala namang impact yan, wala namang impact yan. Eh kung walang impact, bakit yung mga nauna mong statement, sinasabi mo that this is going to give us less stability as a country? Nakita niyo inconsistency nitong bangag na to? Adik eh. Adik talaga eh. So yun. Bantayan natin yan si Cheese, i-feel magpapatawag na special session dahil kahit anong gawin niya, responsable siya sa blank vice cap. Alam mo, I really feel that way also. No? Yung mga sinasabi kasi na wala nang time, ganyan-ganyan. Hindi ako masyadong nagre-rest doon sa idea na wala na silang time eh. Hindi ako nagre-rest masyado sa idea na yun. Bakit? Kasi itong mga to, kapag gusto nila, may time sila. Ayun. Pagka gusto nilang gawin yan, may time sila. Yung body language and frequent stuttering halatang may tinatagong sabog. Hi, Professor Batu. Hello. What time is VP Inday's press conference? Ano po? Mga siguro po between 10 to 11 a.m. Philippine time. Ayun. Yeah, I don't trust the Senate. Actually, sa totoo lang, ang kwento sa akin is that pagdating sa Senate, 50-50 talaga. May chance talaga na makonvict si Inday. They really don't have the guaranteed number for Inday not to be convicted sa Senate. Ganon. Parang 50-50 sila. Ganon. And I think baka yun rin yung lagay nung lagay nung sila BBM din. Kaya siguro gusto nila ni BBM na gawin sa next Congress. Kasi siguro ganun rin yung gauge nila, 50-50 rin. Kasi pagka 50-50, it could go either way. Siyempre, sa part ng mga Duterte, gusto nila manalo. Sa part ng mga nila BBM, gusto nila sure win, sure conviction. Pero ngayon kasi since 50-50 pa, they do not want to risk it. They think that they can do something in order to put more senators na mananalo na pabor sa kanila. And then they can assure the conviction of Inday. In the same manner, okay, kaya nakakabit din tong issue na to. Okay? That is why Dutertista vote has become more imperative now than ever. Okay? Ako, I've been promoting Dutertista vote even before pa tong mga issue na to. Why? Kasi, ang Dutertista vote, pag sinabi kong Dutertista vote, we vote for anybody who is endorsed by PRRD or Inday Sara. Ayun. Bakit? Ang main goal dyan really is to show to the people, to show to those in power that we are a key democratic actor. Okay? That the Duterte supporters are that the Duterte supporters are important in this democracy. It's an important factor in this democracy. That we can actually make our leaders win or lose the election. Ganon. So that's why it's very important that we vote straight. We vote kung sino man yung sinuportan. Does that mean na nakukyutan ako sa mga kandidato ng mga ni PRRD? Not necessarily, no. Hindi rin. That does mean na bilib ako sa kanila? No, hindi rin. Hindi ko sila alam. Hindi ko sila kilala if they're going to be true to their promises pag nakaupo na sila. Are we going to be disappointed? Yes. I'm pretty sure. Because it's really something that we are not protected from. Walang guarantee yan. Yung mga drama na piliin natin, suriin natin kung sino yung boboto. Guys, wala tayong choice. Sa totoo lang. The 2025 election, if it's going to happen, it's not gonna change the Philippines. The Philippines is going to have the same problem as long as we have the system. Okay? As long as we have the system. And so, for me, Duterte vote is a strategic vote. It is a vote for the people to make a statement. Okay? It is a vote for the people to make a statement that we are a formidable force in this democracy. That if you're not going to listen to the Duterte supporters, you are going to lose the election. For me, Duterte vote is a protest vote more than anything else. More than anything else. It is a protest vote. Ganon. So, hindi tayo foolproof eh. Hindi tayo budol proof. Sa totoo lang. And you just have to accept that. That's part of life. That's part of life. But we can only do what we can do. And I think if we are able to show na yung mga Duterte supporters ay solid, na yung mga Duterte supporters can win or make a candidate lose, diba? They're going to start listening to us. They would not ignore us. Diba? Kaya nga naniningil na tayo eh. O, lahat kayo na bumoto ng impeachment ni Inday Sara, gagantihan namin ko sa eleksyon. That's very important. Pakita natin yung Duterte vote sa kanila. Diba? Because we already have a standard. The political standard, the public service standard, and the politics that we prefer are the ones that had been shown by PRRD and Inday Sara. Ganun yung gusto naming brand ng politics. Ngayon, kung ayaw nyo ng ganyan, ayaw namin sa inyo. Ganun. So yun, paano kung may resulta na ang eleksyon, sabi ni Mark Lester? Actually, yun nga yung isa sa mga reason. Alam nyo, dahil hindi na natin hawak ang eleksyon at we cannot guarantee that the election is going to be clean. That is why Dutertista vote is becoming more and more imperative. Kasi ang kalaban natin dito, hindi lang yung hindi lang yung general population. Ang kalaban natin dito, pati yung dayaan. So if we're not going to solidify, pwede pa tayong talunin ng dayaan. Diba? So ang kalaban natin dito, yung posible tayong madaya. Ang kalaban natin dito sa botohan, mga kakamping, mga yellows, diba? Mga tulfonatics, diba? Pera, yun ang mga kalaban natin dyan. Diba? So that is why it's very important that we vote and make a statement that people who prefer the kind of Duterte leadership, we vote this way. Ganun lang kasimple. Ayun. Iboto niyo si Philip Salvador dahil solid DDS yan, sabi ni XCS. Well, sabi ko nga, this is, pag binoto ko, hindi ibig sabihin nakukyutan ako. Kasi tanggalin natin yung isipin natin na pag binoto mo, you're going to stick your head out of, you're going to stick your head for these people. No, hindi ko kayo binoto dahil nakukyutan ako. Binoto ko kayo kasi nga, I want to make a statement. And yung mga Duterte allied politician, it doesn't mean that hindi namin kayo sisingilin. Sisingilin din namin kayo sa takdang panahon. It's just that at this point, we do not want an ally of Bongbong Marcos to be in power. Why? Eh di syempre, mas lalo bumilis yung pagnanakaw nila sa Pilipinas kung panikakampi nila yung mga nandyan. Diba? Ayun, ganun. Nakakainis pa yung mga kakamping ngayon. Ano yung sabi? Napanood yung interview ni Joel Chua, sabi niya doon, they planned daw to take the 4th impeachment dahil faster route daw yon. Technically, umamin siya na planned sa interview with Karen D. And, mati-technical sila dyan. I'm pretty sure Inday Sara has all good lawyers who can think of how to approach this. Ganon. And, mata-technical sila dyan. Mata-technical talaga sila. Ng bonggang-bongga. Ayun. We already defied the odds by letting FPRRD win. So let's vote and make a statement. Let's show them what Dutertista vote can do. Correct. Diba? Ang dami natin kailangan talunin dito. Itong eleksyon na to, ang usapan dito, kailangan mong talunin ng pera, kailangan mong talunin ng dayaan, kailangan mong talunin yung mga yellows, mga pinks, mga tulfonatics. Ang dami nating kalaban. Ang dami nating kalaban. So kaya simplihan lang natin to. Huwag na kayo magdrama-drama. Di kailangan natin ng credentials. Kailangan natin ng kineme, ganyan-ganyan. Ang dami nang umupo na napakagaganda ng credentials. What happened? In this kind of system, it's always a game of numbers. Ganon. Ayun. Sa mangga, budol-budol, bait-baitan at huwag kayong papayag bilhin ang mga pagkatao nyo, maawa kayo sa mga kaapu-apuan nyo. Huwag kayong maging tanga, sabi ni Joan Pantoja. Kailangan talaga magkaroon ng pareho dati na Namfrel at Comelec. Ayun na nga eh. Pinapaliwanag ng anak na Duterte kung sino yung mga pumirma sa country funds na fictitious. Yun lang, ganun kasimple. Full DDS late ako. Correct, oo. Sabi ni Hey Joe, alam mo Joey, I tried posting sa community page namin anonymously to get their feel sa impeachment kay Sara. And I was so dismayed that some see it as right choice. Ayan, teka. pag-usapan natin yan. Kasi iyan pa isa sa mga narrative na kailangan nating bayaran. Kaya nga, importante na ibangga mo yung impeachment doon sa vice cam. Okay? Kaya nga importante pag kinukwento natin ito sa mga mahal natin sa buhay, okay, pagbabanggain mo yung dalawang yan. Bakit? Kasi, para naintindihan nila na yung extent ng panggagago sa kanila sa budget, kaya nilang magtumba ng tao na inosente. Ganon. Okay, let us take the statement of, maraming mga statement na naglabasan tungkol sa pagpapaliwanag nila kung bakit sila nag-sign sa impeachment. Okay? Isa sa mga impeachment statement, explanation doon sa pagboto sa impeachment, ay itong joint statement ni Lordan Suwan, Christian Onabia, at Yevgeny Bambi Emano. Sabi nila dito, as elected representatives sworn to uphold the Constitution, we Congressman Christian Onabia, 1st District Misamis Oriental, Congressman Lordan Suwan, 1st District of Cagayan de Oro, and Congressman Yevgeny Bambi Emano, 2nd District of Misamis Oriental, have endorsed the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte in adherence to the principles of transparency, accountability, and due process. Napakawawalang yan, di ba? Gusto raw nila, kaya raw nila in-endorse kasi they adhere to the principles of transparency, accountability, and due process. Putang ina nyo pali, if you adhere to the principles of transparency, accountability, and due process, is it part of your due process na yung bicameral report merong blanco? Kung transparency and accountability ang principles na ina-adhere ninyo, bakit hanggang ngayon hindi nyo hinahanap kung sino ang naglagay ng figure sa bicameral report blanks? 28 items yon. Sinong nag-fill in ng mga blankong yon? It is something that you should know, you should all know in Congress. Hinanap niyo kung sino? May blanco ba doon sa deliberation ninyo ng budget sa plenary? Lordan Suwan, Onabia, and Emano? Transparent ba kayo doon sa mga perang dinagdag ninyo para sa mga sarili-sarili ninyo na umabot na ng halos 42 billion pesos? Are you fucking kidding me? Pagkatapos you are going to justify that you are doing this, you are endorsing the impeachment complaint of Inday Sara because you adhere with these principles? See, kailangan talaga natin itong pagbanggain para maintindihan ng mga ordinaryong tao kung bakit kayo ginagago nitong mga buwaya na to sa Kongreso. Sabi pa dito, this endorsement is not a verdict of guilt, nor it is driven by political interest. Rather, it is a recognition of the constitutional process that ensures all public officials are afforded the opportunity to respond to the allegations in fair and impartial forum. By allowing the impeachment process to proceed, the Vice President is given the platform to present her defense, refute accusation, and clear her name before the Senate sitting as the impeachment court. Another panggagago nitong mga to, impeachment process is regarded as a political exercise. If you want a fair and impartial venue, you should have gone to proper authority. For example, kung COA ang issue ninyo, dapat you let COA to do its thing. In fact, meron rin kaso si Inday sa Supreme Court about this specific issue. Handun yung impartial court. Ang impeachment court is never a impartial court. It is always biased. It is always politically driven. Huwag naman kayong magtanga-tangahan dyan kayong tatlong itlog na congressman ng Misamis Oriental. Diyos ko, ano ba yan? Pinagluloko niyo yung mga representation ninyo eh. It has always been a political exercise. Ang impartial po na mga venue para sa usapin tungkol kay Inday Sara ay COA at Supreme Court. Ba't ayaw niyong hayaan na matapos yung mga kaso doon? Kasi wala kayong mahihita. Gusto ninyo na i-publicize ito, gusto ninyo na maging part ng inyong circus show dyan in order for you to be able to grandstand. Kung magsalita itong mga to, para bagang utang na loob pa natin na binigyan nila ng chance si Inday Sara. Diba? Sabi nila, our vote for impeachment was not to condemn the person of Vice President, but rather to ensure that she is afforded the proper forum. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng impeach? Ang ibig sabihin ng impeachment process is the process of bringing charges against a government official for wrongdoing. When you impeach Inday Sara, you brought charges against her. Ang ina nyo. So yung sinasabi nyo, hindi ito verdict. Kaya hindi ito verdict kasi nga hindi kayo yung judge. Pero namosisyon na kayo. At ang posisyon ninyo ay you have charges against Inday. You signed charges against Inday in which You want the Senate to decide whether she is guilty or not guilty to it. So itong statement nyo na to, katarantaduhan to, na sabihin na, hindi naman to na, verdict of guilt ganyan. Hindi talaga, kasi hindi naman talaga kayo magbibigay ng judgment dyan But you signing the impeachment of Inday, it means you're bringing charges against her. Kinasuhan nyo siya. Kumbaga, pag pinasimple natin to, ang ibig sabihin dito, kinasuhan nyo siya. And itong mga statement na ganito, I hope you listen to yung mga taga Misamis, mga taga Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental, makinig po kayong mabuti. Okay? Niloloko po kayo ng mga representative ninyo. Nasasabihin nila na we're actually giving opportunity to Inday to ganyan-ganyan. No. Kinasuhan nyo siya, naniniwala kayo na yung articles of impeachment ninyo, na sinaynan ninyo, ay dapat pagdesisyonan ng korte, ng Senate in this case. Kung ganito po kayo bobolahin ng mga kongresista ninyo, huwag nyo po silang iboto kahit kailan. Dapat po wala po silang government position kahit kailan. Lord Dansuan sobrang affected, ramdam niya agad, kaya nag-react agad. Bobo yung lawyer na magnanakaw. Bobo yung lawyer na magnanakaw yung Lord Dansuan, sabi ni Greg Santiago. Galit na galit siya kay Lord Dansuan. Actually, meron pang issue to si Lord Dansuan Kasi, di ba yung meron siyang page, merong page na ang sinasabi ay hindi niya yun page. Sinasabi niya hindi niya yun page. Okay, let's just talk about it very, very quick, ha? Kasi naba siya ng bonggang-bongga. Kasi merong account, merong page sa FB. Okay. The working ito. Okay. Itong page na to, okay, meron siyang mga weird na mga statement. Like, I did some digging and found out that most of my bashers are nothing but troll accounts. And as I say, I get it, whatever, ganyan. So, sinasabi niya, hindi niya to page. Hindi niya to page. Okay? Hindi daw niya to page. So, meron siyang post sa kanyang Lord Dansuan. Ayan. So, pinost niya, fake news daw to. Ito raw na ito raw mga, hindi raw siya to. It has came to my attention that post from the fake page, the working congressman, is circulating online. I never issued that statement. This is fake news and black propaganda aimed to mislead the people and tarnish my name. Ganyan. I voted yes. Ang hindi natin maintindihan dito kasi, sir, etong page na to, ang dami na tong sinabi na nakakatawa. Tapos, pinipick up niyo yung statement mo, tapos kinoconnect sa ibang mga bagay, making you look really, really anti-Duterte. And it really doesn't look good on your end. Ang tanong, bakit hindi nyo nire-report to or you're not taking action against this page? Diba? Yun yung nakakaloka dito. Tapos, ang dating pa sa akin kasi sa press conference ng House of Representatives kanina, ang dating pa sa akin nito, sinasabi nila Adjong at saka ni Rog Gutierrez na, tingnan nyo, itong mga fake news peddler gumagamit ng mga page para i-attack si Attorney Lord Dansuan, ganyan. Kasi ang daming na bad trip dun sa dun sa The Working Class na page. Ang daming na bad trip doon kasi meron talaga siyang mga pinapopost doon na mga sobrang cringy talaga. Sobrang cringy talaga. Ang nakakatawa dito, yung mga congressmen, hindi sila nagre-react doon sa mga issues ng, like for example, pinapa-comment na kayo ng Supreme Court tungkol doon sa vice cam. Ayaw nyo mag-comment. Ayaw nyo magsalita kung sinong nag-fill in noong mga blank items sa budget. Pero nagre-react tong si Adjong at saka si Rog Gutierrez sa fake news kay Lordan. Talaga ba? I have the feeling na parang na parang yung the working class page, the working congressman page, para siyang bait. Ano mo yun? Yung nilulure niya talaga yung mga tao na magalit. So para meron silang proof, inaapi kami. Kasi well-made yung sobrang well-made nung the working class page. Para sa isang organic na na pangbabash kay Lordan. Sobrang sobrang biruin niyo yung nag-effort pa tong the working class page na talaga violet talaga yung scheme. Ganito rin yung page ni tingnan mo naman talagang nakatema talaga dun sa mga projects ni. I mean, it looks like kung sino man yung admin nito knows the taste of Lord Dansuan very, very well. Na sa first glance mo pa lang, may-expect mo na parang parang legit account to ni. Mga kandidato pang nakalagay dito. 'Di ba? O, ayan, yung mga, oh, para sa isang organic na gusto lang siyang iba siya, napaka put together nitong page na to. So, kaya ang dami rin hindi naniniwala na wala talaga tong connection kay Lord Dansuan eh. Diba? Tapos, anyway, nag-reach out yata tong si Lord Dansuan sa, I believe kay Tio, para nag-reach out to kay Tio, para sabihin na hindi siya connected dito. Well, the damage has been done. And yung, feeling ko yung mga tao dito sa, they did a bad job. Pagkatapos, sila, may connection naman talaga sila kay Lord Dansuan. Kaso lang, they did a bad job. So, Lord Dansuan has to, detach himself from them. Parang merong ganung mga pangyayari eh, 'di ba? Parang may ganung mga pangyayari. But whatever, I think what Lord Dansuan should do, if hindi talaga siya involved dyan sa mga tao dyan sa the working congressman na yan, congressman na page na yan, kasuhan mo. Eh, ang dami ng masyadong statement na in-issue na pinapalabas nila na sinabi mo, hindi mo naman pala sinabi. 'Di ba? Ginagawa tayong tanga yung Lord Dansuan. True. It doesn't change the fact na pumirma ka sa impeachment ni Inday. It doesn't change the fact na ikaw ang lakas mo magpa-ayuda at umaasa ka sa ayuda rather than sa real output mo sa mga kababayan mo. Ayun. Trap page yan, wag nyo i-share. Yeah, oo. Sabi, patawa statement ni Lord Dan, the proper forum is the courts. Crime yung sinasabi niya, so pwede sa judiciary, nakatipid pa mga tao. If you have the evidence, go ahead and file the case. Ayan, narinig ko na ng boses ni PRRD. Ayun. Ayun lang. So anyway, I think, sabi ko hanggang alas 8 lang ako. Nag-overtime pa ako ng 15 minutes. Ayan, magpapahinga muna tayo dahil maya-maya ay magla-live tayo at cover natin ang, statement ang press conference ni Inday. And we have to be ready, We have to be ready. Again, sabi ko nga, we are raging a social media war. We need to reach everyone. Lahat ng mga kakilala natin, lahat ng mga kaibigan natin, magtulungan po tayo. Okay? Magtulungan tayo na ipaalam sa lahat kung ano ang mga tunay na issue ng bayan. Okay? Ay, tigil-tigilan na muna natin yung bashing sa isa't isa, no? Kayong mga rin naman dyan, yung mga, kung magkakaparehas tayo ng, ang pangalan nito, ng parlor, okay? Let's help each other. Let's be constructive with each other. Masyadong malaki yung laban para magturo-turuan tayo dito at mag-bash ng isa't isa. Okay? I-ano nyo na lang yan. Next time na lang yan. Pag presidente na si Inday, i-reserve nyo na lang yan doon. Ganon. We have a huge fight. We have a huge, huge fight to participate in. Okay? So, kailangan natin ng lahat ng energy natin para we get everyone on board. Ang unang-unang kailangan natin dito, lahat ng kakilala natin, we should get them in our ship. Freedom of expression is being repressed. Budget is being raped. Okay? Inday Sara is being used as a distraction. Okay? Kailangan maintindihan nila yung mga fundamental things dito sa bansa natin. Yun yung bina-violate. Yung mga vloggers, Inday Sara, these are distractions. Okay? And yun yung kailangan nating i-explain. Huwag na nating banat-banatan yung isa't isa dito. Ang pagtulong-tulungan natin, lahat ng mga kakilala nyo, dalhin natin sa same boat. Okay? Dalhin natin sa same boat para mas lumakas yung laban natin. Ayan. Okay? True, isang tabi muna ang bashing, ipanalo muna si VP. Correct, ipanalo muna natin ang sambayan ng Pilipino. Di ba ibagsak natin tong budget na ito na talagang ginawa nilang credit card nila. Diyos ko, 'di ba? Every time na may kailangan silang gawin. 'Di ba? Withdraw lang sa national budget. Ayun. So anyway, kamis ang kwentong barangay mo, Ate Joey. Ayan. Hope INC makes its next move, Miss Joey. Ang alam ko nag-uusap-usap na sila. Hindi talaga nila gusto 'yung nangyayari. Ayun. Miss Joey, don't forget to thank Kong Namo for adding new viewers to your live. True. Ayan, si Kong Namo daw ay nasa Kuwait. Ay, ito na kwentong barangay. Si Kong Namo ay nasa Kuwait para magmisa at para mag-loyalty check. Ayun. So, ayun. By numbers tayo, sabi ni Romulo Lorica. Correct! Yan ang isipin natin. By numbers tayo. So, kailangan kumuha tayo ng mga tao, mga kaibigan natin, yung mga hindi mahihilig sa politika, i-explain nyo sa kanila ng mabuti para marami ang sasama sa bangka natin. Ayun. Okay? Okay. So yun, so ngayon ito si Bishop. Pupunta ng Kuwait para magmisa. Ayun.